Welcome to episode 800, John Catsimatidis, from Harlem to Billionaire. This is an outline of episode 800. Two reasons we study John Catsimatidis. First, he started as a Greek immigrant living in Harlem. Second, he dropped out of electrical engineering at NYU to pursue his business.
Growing up in Harlem, 135th Street, we were paying $48 a month rent. When the rent went to $49, my father yelled and screamed. Like I said, worked 7 days a week, 2 jobs. Immigration back in the 1940s, my father's 2 brothers that were here and sent for him after World War II, they had to sign on a dotted line. He would not become a burden on everybody else.
He was born on the island of Nisero, Greece in 1948. He immigrated to the United States with his parents when he was 6 months old.
So when I went to kindergarten when I was 5, I only heard Greek in the house. So I'm going to school and I don't know what they're talking about. And I started to learn some English. I had a 5-inch I think Emerson television set. And I was sitting on the floor watching television, and that's the way I learned English.
An excellent student, he graduated from the magnet school of Brooklyn Tech in 1966 and studied electrical engineering at NYU.
So I ended up working every night till 1 o'clock in the morning, going to school during the day. And
he dropped out of NYU with 8 credits remaining to buy his own grocery store.
He gave me $10,000 for half the store on notes. Engineers in those days was making $129 a week. I was making $500. So I said, this is a miracle. And you know, my mother cried, my father yelled, we sent you to the university to become, well, a Greek word or Turkish word, a hamali. It's a guy that carries crates on his back.
He bought the grocery store. He made 2 innovations. First, he introduced delivery. Second, he introduced 24-hour service. At age 24, he owns 10 stores and was making $1 million profit a year. In 1981, he paid $6 million for a bankrupt oil refinery, which he later developed into hundreds of Quik Fill gas stations and convenience stores.
I remember, I bought it for $6 million. A lot of money in 1984.
Yeah, a lot. It's cheap now, yeah. $6 million.
Well, okay. We make that a week.
And he got married in 1988. He was 40 years old. 2 years before he got married, in 1986, he made his biggest and most important deal. He paid $60 million to Southland Corporation for Gristedes Supermarket chain in New York. Today, his company, Red Apple Group, would employ more than 8,000. Also owns real estate in New York and Florida. Now running for mayor of New York in 2013.
Republican mayoral candidate John Catsimatidis, the only immigrant running in the upcoming primary, and he's living evidence of the American dream come true.
I want to do a long-term $100 billion bond issue to help rebuild New York, transit-oriented development. If we build new homes and new apartment houses around the current train stations, and we allow them to build up, they'll take care of congestion pricing.
And his 2 children are taking over.
Grocery and a few others. So we try to get involved in a number of things.
Andrew?
So when you work in a family business, you kind of have to be a jack of all trades, or in this situation, a Jill of all trades, I guess. So I'm pretty much involved in everything, but my main responsibilities include managing a number of investments for the company, managing the investments for our insurance company, and I'm very involved in the real estate side of the business. So that's where I'd say I spend most of my day-to-day.
Now, the 2 secrets of his success.
Came from a family with humble beginnings, but how did you get to be so phenomenally successful? What do you attribute that to?
Well, I could tell the difference between a mediocre deal and a good deal. We have division presidents in every division, and there's an old expression: people do what you observe, not what you expect. And you have to be there watching each division, watching the numbers, just to make sure the numbers are what they're supposed to be.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and leave your questions and comments below. My next video will be John Catsimatidis' 10 lessons. Wishing everyone peace and prosperity.